just thankful for that. So definitely, pat yourself on the back for that you still in it to win it. And that you ain't fell short. You don't want to have to experience that. We don't even like regrets in our personal, in our lives. So you don't want to, feel no regret toward the Most High. But, so family, today, man, wish we could have got this TV up. We're moving so fast, we forgot the laptop. We're going to start giving y'all, more visual while we teaching, and we left the laptop today. But if it be the will of the Most High, you can still get your knowledge and studies up to date. We got a deep lesson. It's called Sodom and Gomorrah. They hide it not. Sodom and Gomorrah, they hide it not. So first we're going to get into this law. If we can get that Exodus 20 brought out.
We read now the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 1. God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I am the Lord thy God, and the jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the Sabbath day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor.
Verse 18. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God has come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not.
All right, family. First, so going into today's lesson, Sodom and Gomorrah, they hide it not. What do you mean they hide it not? They hide it not. It's in our face. But if people just look at this word as a storybook, something we just holding on to because some religion we're dealing with, But Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, did it exist? Was it a real place? Is this word true? Or is this history? Does the world have it wrong? Do they even know what Sodom and Gomorrah is? Do they think it's just equality and we got to accept everything? You know, how should we feel about it? How should we feel about when we see someone that's a sodomite? What is a sodomite? Let's get what a sodomite is. You know, what is a sodomite? How should you feel? How should you operate about it when you see someone that you know is going against the will of the Most High? You know, maybe someone taught them that it's okay, that the Most High is just going to love you and Jesus is going to love you regardless, right? How do you go about it? If they saying they want the truth of the Most High, go about it just like if they a Muslim. If they want the truth of the Most High, they ain't look. This is what the word says. You gotta fight up against whatever your flesh, whatever you dealing with. There's no life coming from that. What's a sodomite?
This is sodomite from the Greek 733, and it's arsenokoites. A sodomite, a male engaging in same-gender sexual activity. A sodomite, pederast. It says properly a man in bed with another man, a homosexual.
A homosexual. That's what a sodomite is. So we're going to go into Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, the place that was judged with fire and brimstone. A place that, you know, was full of judgment, that they think that the Most High changed. But he doesn't change. Get that. Malachi 3 and 6. What does he expect? You know, everyone has some type of lust, desire that they dealing with being in this flesh, right? And the more that we practice commandments, what does it do for us, family? The more we do commandments, the more we lean on the Most High. What is that going to do for you? Anyone?
Correction and direction.
I like that. Correction and direction. That's what it's going to give you. You're going to start getting strengthened and stronger to go against what you know is wrong, right? And you got to really just want it for yourself. You can't just do it. You're not in this walk to please me, Brother Lamawad, any brother or sister in here. We your brothers and sisters helping you achieve this kingdom and getting your knowledge up about the Most High, right? We're not trying to be Lord over you. We're not trying to be none of that. We here to serve. So let's bring that out. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 3. Let's get to it. Because our people like to just sit here and say what? Oh, well, you know, they taught us that. They taught us that. You know, but some of our people, well, I was born like this. All the different stuff you hear. Let's get the history of it. How does it start? This inordinate affection. Let's get chapter 3 and verse 5.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 5.
Let's start at verse 8.
Verse 8. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Most High, to provoke the eyes of his glory.
So this is when we were in Jerusalem during the time of Isaiah, right? Pop quiz. Who was ruling at this time? Who was on our way to try to get us? During the time of Isaiah. What empire was after us during this time? Khan. You got that right, young bro. The Assyrian Empire was on the rise. So we were provoking the eyes of his glory with these abominations, right? Finish reading.
Verse 9. The show of their countenance doth witness against them.
So the show of their countenance, the way they look, right? It does what?
And they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not.
They hide it not. So there's a lot of our people even today. They declare their sin is Sodom. They say, I'm a sodomite, and they countenance, right? Like, what they call that? Sweet, sugar, whatever it is, right? Just looking, or even the sexual immorality and just in the world, like the hot girl summer stuff. We're gonna just put it out there. The artists of today, like we always talk about, they got a different countenance. You know, you just enter, you like, ooh, what's that feeling? That person, I ain't feeling right. And that could be a gift from the Most High. Some people don't always have that discernment, right? But there's a countenance that come with that lifestyle and that sin. Finish reading.
Woe unto their soul,
Woe unto their souls. Why?
for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
So they've rewarded evil unto themselves because of this sin, declaring their sin as Sodom, saying, I'm full of pride. LGB, every alphabet. This is what they doing. They like, we ain't hiding nothing. This is what we're about, pride. And why are we going into this? Because they like to, you know what the devil do. Oh, you're not accepting everybody. No, you're not accepting life. You're not accepting life. We can't get no more life. Mankind can't get no life if we all turned that way. Read.
Verse 10. Say ye to the righteous,
Mm-hmm.
that it shall be well with him,
Mm-hmm.
for they shall eat the fruit of their doing.
Uh-huh.
Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him,
It should be ill with the wicked for these things. Uh-huh.
for the reward of his hands shall be given him.
So, we can't fall for this trap. This major trap. This fornication trap they putting on the world. This abomination going against the Most High. The main abomination. Why? Why is this main abomination? You know, in the world, in the truth, whatever, a lot of people just look at it like, man, that's just nasty. But it's deeper than that, right? Let's see, how deeper is it? Why is the Most High against this? Give me some reasons why the Most High is against it. Go ahead.
Because it's against procreation too, right?
Khan.
Destroys family.
Mm-hmm. It's going against the image of the Most High, right? Like, that's not his image. That's not. So his main creation. You know, he created the birds. He created the fishes in the seas, the plants, and the. But his main thing that he gave dominion to. So that devil is crafty with this stuff, right? Let's get the history of this Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's go to Genesis chapter 18. Let's go 19. Let's start at 18 and let's start at 16. 18 and 16. What's that one? Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 18 and verse 16.
Uh-huh.
And the men rose up from thence and looked toward Sodom, and Abraham went with them to bring them on the way.
So they going towards Sodom, right? Uh-huh.
And the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation?
What does he mean by that? What do you mean, Abraham, you're going to become a strong and mighty nation? Abraham, the father of the faith, right? The one that the promises was given to, that his what? His lineage will rule the world to come, the Israelites. That through him all nations will be blessed. How is all nations blessed through Abraham? Who came through Abraham? Khan. That's how all the nations are going to be blessed, right? If they take on that seed of Abraham, they take on that. Read.
And all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him.
Uh-huh.
For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord, to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. So verse 20. And the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me, and if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence, and went toward Sodom. But Abraham stood yet before the Lord. And Abraham drew near, and said, wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place? for the 50 righteous that are therein? That be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked, that be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? And the Lord said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes. And Abraham answered and said, behold now, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, which am but dust and ashes. Peradventure there shall lack 5 of the 50 righteous. Wilt thou destroy all the city for the lack of 5? And he said, if I find there 40 and 5, I will not destroy it. And he spake unto him yet again, and said, peradventure there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. And he said unto him, oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure there shall 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30.
See how the numbers just going smaller and smaller? So they're not stopping. That's why they got this whole programming everywhere. The billboards, the commercials, the ads on the internet. That's why they just pump it up. It's saying it's nothing new under the sun. It's nothing new with Satan's programming, empire to empire. We think we in America. America hasn't been here. Well, it's been here before, what's that, 1776. But as far as them colonizing it and naming it America, what we know it as, there's nothing new that they're bringing here. As far as this lifestyle, this is ancient. We think this is all just some new stuff. Finish reading.
Verse 31. And he said, behold now, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord. Peradventure there shall be 20 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake. And he said, oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. And the Lord went his way as soon as he had left communing with Abraham. And Abraham returned unto his place.
Now let's go into it real quick. Let's get something else. Let's get LGBT definition. We're gonna go into chapter 19, but let's get this LGBT definition. Let's get some information on that.
LGBT is an initialism that stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. And used since the 1990s, the initialism, as well as some of its common varieties, functions as umbrella term for certain sexualities and gender identities. The term LGBT is an adaptation of the initialism LGB.
Because it just started out lesbian, right? They just gonna keep stacking them. They're gonna stack the whole alphabets. They're gonna stack the whole alphabets at the end, right? Read.
Which began to replace the term gay or gay and lesbian in reference to the broader LGBT community beginning in the mid to late 1980s. When not inclusive of transgender people, the short term LGB is still used instead of LGBT. It may refer to anyone who is non-heterosexual or non-cisgender instead of exclusively to people who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. To recognize this inclusion, a popular variant, LGBTQ, adds the letter Q for those who identify as queer or questioning their sexual or gender identity.
Whole bunch of confusion in Babylon. All of this is confusing. If we just stick to man and woman, it'll just be clear, right? But this is what Babel means. This is what Babylon means. That word Babel, the land of confusion. It's gonna be confusion here. That's why when you say, "Oh, black people," we always hear this, black people. But we have our mindsets, our spirits. Everything we dealing with is totally different. We can't just come up under black. The only thing that's working is either you in the world and you just trying to get paid or whatever you into, or you dealing with commandments. That's the only way to get on the board, because all of this stuff in confusion. One of the devil's many tools, right? Finish reading.
The initialism LGBT or GLBT are not agreed to by everyone that they are supposed to include.
Mm-hmm. So these people, yeah, go ahead.
The first widely used term, homosexual, now a term used primarily in scientific context, has at times carried negative connotations in the United States. Gay became a popular term in the 1970s. As lesbians forged more public identities, the phrase gay and lesbian became more common. A dispute as to whether the primary focus of their political aims should be feminism or gay rights led to the dissolution of some lesbian organizations.
Read that part again.
A dispute as to whether the primary focus of their political aims should be feminism.
So feminism, even feminism is included with this, right? So a lot of people, a lot of women supporting it, get mad. Well, you're not loving. You need to just accept who you don't even know. All of that's part of the program. So if you're thinking that's okay, then of course you think you believing in everything else, the equality movement, the feminism movement, you all out of whack. So all this stuff just plays a part hand in hand in what the Bible calls America, which is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah, like the book of Revelation says. Dealing with the same stuff. Dealing with the same stuff. That's why I say it's spiritually called Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah. Same spiritual stuff going on as Egypt. Finish reading.
A dispute as to whether the primary focus of their political aims should be feminism or gay rights led to the dissolution of some lesbian organizations, including Daughters of Bilitis, which was founded by Dale Martin and Phyllis Lyon.
Let's get to it. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 6. Let's go 1 Corinthians chapter 6. What is the Most High? What did Paul bring? What was Paul bringing out? What did he understand about the Most High's law? Because they'll tell you it's okay. You could do what you want. You could do what you want. It doesn't matter. Christ said don't judge. See, because they have a different Christ, like Galatians chapter 1 says. They think that Christ is just here to accept everything, that he just made it new. If that's the case, they wouldn't have to just try to push it so hard on us, right? They wouldn't have to push it if it was okay. They never meant us good. Let's start at verse 9.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, and verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
So these things that he's going into are unrighteous.
Be not deceived.
Don't be deceived.
Neither fornicators.
Neither fornicators.
Nor idolaters.
What is a fornicator? Anybody? Huh? We'll get into it. Keep it going.
Nor idolaters. Nor adulterers. Nor effeminate. Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
Abusers of themselves with mankind. And we know that is what? Get that one for the homosexuals in the Greek.
This is a fornicator, and the Strong's is 4205. Pornos.
Pornos.
A fornicator.
So this is Babylon. What do they call it? The porn industry, right? The Greek word pornos. So, I mean, the way that they just, the words they use, the symbols they use, everything they do is just planned out. Satan trying to be specific like the Most High, but he can't just come out in the light. He hide in the dark with his stuff, right? Finish reading.
Verse 10. Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revelers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God.
So none of these things shall inherit the kingdom of God. So if you're dealing with this, you gotta repent. Can you repent from that? You better. It's not a thing like, yeah, I think I can. You better, or else. You don't even like what this world got to offer you if you get out of line, if you break the law in this world. So eternal judgment, you better get it right. Read the next verse.
Verse 11. And such were some of you.
So Paul was letting them know, like, look, some of y'all was dealing with this stuff, but what?
But ye are washed.
Uh-huh.
But ye are sanctified. But ye are justified in the name of the Hamashiach Yeshua.
Uh-huh.
And by the Spirit of our God.
What does it mean you are justified? How are you justified by Christ? How are you justified? How does Christ justify you? How does he justify you? How are we all in here justified? Yeah, his sacrifice and get back on track, like law, statute, commandments. You done been baptized into Christ. You done put down your old ways. So that's what Paul was letting them know here. You gotta look. Some of y'all was doing this. You gotta change. Even if you're dealing with this stuff, because even Abraham, like you see, he was pleading for them Sodomites. Go to Second Esdras in the Apocrypha, chapter 7, and verse 35.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, and verse 35. And the work shall follow, and the reward shall be showed, and the good deeds shall be of force, and wicked deeds shall bear no rule.
So wicked deeds shall bear no rule in this kingdom to come.
Verse 36. Then said I, Abraham. Then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites.
So Abraham, remember when Abraham was pleading? He prayed for the Sodomites. Look, get it together. Lord, don't destroy it for this many. How about for this many? He was pleading for him. He knew the judgment.
And Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness.
So we'll leave it there. But our people are always praying, doing for praying for others. Look, get it right. They think you just trying to put them down. Yet some of our people out here just trying to humble some people and ain't got no business, need to be getting right with the Most High. Worried about telling somebody about, not even trying to just tell somebody about the Most High, just trying to get some type of glory up off of using the Most High's name, right? You gotta get your stuff together. You coming at someone, that's what the Pharisees was doing. You got a whole lot of stuff you gotta clean up. Then they point that stuff out. You put them to an open shame, right? So we gotta make sure we're right with the Most High. Let's go to let's get that one on the first gay president. Your first president that signed the gay bill. Let's get that. Let's get some on this Obama. Because our people love him, right? And they put him on Time magazine and say the first gay president. Because he signed the bill. Bring that up.
Obama. Supreme Court same-sex marriage ruling a victory for America. President Obama called the Supreme Court's decision affirming the constitutional right of same-sex couples to marry a victory for America.
This is a victory for America. This is good. That's what they say.
That had made our union a little more perfect. In the 5 out of 4 decisions, Justice Kennedy wrote the opinion of the court, saying the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution requires states to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples. Our nation was founded on a bedrock principle that we are all created equal. The president said at the White House Rose Garden following the announcement of the decision.
How are we created equal and they make the decision for us? So the deception, the serpent's tongue, right? This is great for us. How if it's not bringing no life? They're not promoting family. They promoting, you don't need no man, get your money. They're promoting, nah, brother, get high. You don't need to be worried about nothing. Don't worry about keeping no laws, statutes, commandments. They're teaching the opposite. They're teaching everything to get rid of you, to destroy yourself, right? Finish reading.
Obama said that often progress on the journey to equality comes in small increments.
So do we want that equality? See, a lot of our people, no matter when you end up taking the bait of this so-called equality, you just want equality. You want to do everything you can do here. But what does the Most High say? Deuteronomy chapter 7. What does the Most High have to say about them? And I believe it's 2. Most High is against it. 23 and 6. Deuteronomy 23:6. Come. Yeah, bring that up.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 6. Thou shalt not seek their peace, nor their prosperity.
We're not supposed to be seeking what they seeking. When we was going into the land, the Most High said, look, when you get over in this land, don't you be trying to get like them. He always warned us of that. Let's get a few. Let's go. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 10. Start at verse 2. The Most High always warned us about learning these ways, and we've learned these ways by a landslide. We defended. We heard each other about it. We talked crazy to each other about it. You see the comments on social media. Let's get chapter 10. Let's start at verse 1.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Don't be learning their ways. Do not be learning their ways. He always told us that. Don't seek their prosperity. Don't learn their ways. It's going to be a destruction to you. Same in Egypt. When we was leaving Egypt, go Leviticus chapter 18. Start at verse 1. The Most High always warned us. Be careful, be careful. That's why I say, teach your sons and daughters. Teach them sons and daughters. But what people say, I don't really need that Bible. Oh, yes, that. Pastors wasn't giving the truth. Wasn't teaching the book the right. Wasn't teaching the book. Just taking the money. Destroying their communities. And today we just blame the youth, the youth, the youth. How? We just kept falling for the bait, the cursed people. We fall for the trap. We got to awake, like the word say. We got to wake up. Bring that up.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do.
You cannot do what y'all was doing in Egypt. Now that y'all up out of there. So how are we going to make it to the next phase of this? How can our children make it to the next phase if it's not us that the Most High is choosing to see Christ is coming? Or the destruction of Babylon? Because we see it's coming. We see it's a ticking time bomb. We see the communities are to a point of no return. We see America is falling. We see it all changing. It's changing. So you got to prepare the next generation for what? What you learn here, that's not it. They got to know that's not it. They end up falling off. No, they'll return. Most High bring them back, but you got to teach them. Do what you can. Do your part. No, that stuff, that's wrong. That's out of pocket. That LGBTC, the Most High is against it. See, if you guys get home, look up. Many people take visits to the Sodom and Gomorrah. All through YouTube, many people visited as just touring it on some vacation stuff, right? But they'll tell you, we don't know. Matter of fact, get that. Go to that one on Sodom and Gomorrah, because they'll tell you that, well, it's a biblical story, but you could go physically touch this place and visit it. So the games that they play with their historians and their writers that they pay. Bring that out.
This is Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah were two biblical cities destroyed by God for their wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
Their story parallels the Genesis flood narrative and its theme of God's anger provoked by man's sin.
Mm-hmm.
They are mentioned frequently in the prophets and New Testament as symbols of human wickedness and divine retribution.
Oh, just symbols and divine. They can't just say, yeah, it's a real place. God destroyed it. We know it. We know it. We put our historians there. We have all the artifacts up out of there.
And the Quran also contains a version of the story about the two cities.
We definitely don't want no Quran. Stop copying out of our book.
The narrative of their destruction may have a relation to the remains of 3rd millennium BCE Bronze Age cities in the region and subsequent late Bronze Age collapse.
Oh, so we think it has something to do with those cities of the Bronze Age, but we're kind of not sure. We think, but why do you know which era to put it with? So these games that they play on your mind, not your mind, on your spirit, on your mind too. When you read 2 Corinthians 4:3, whom the God of this world blinds your mind, we always bring that one out because he blinds your mind. That's why it's just hard dealing with people, because they blinded. Their minds have been blinded, and it's like, man, dang. All right, I gotta stop. They blind. It's nothing I could do. It's nothing you could do, because their mind's been blinded. They don't want this. They're puffed up with pride and ego. Think they don't need the Most High. Most High have mercy on whom he have it, right? Where's we going with it? Let's go back to that one in Genesis. Let's get more on this Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's go to Genesis chapter 19 from the top.
The book of Genesis, chapter 19, and verse 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. And he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet. And ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and he entered into his house.
What they do? Press.
And he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round about, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came in to thee this last night?
Where are those men at that you brought in here? Where them two men at? Where the men's at? Read.
Bring them out unto us, that we may know them.
That they want to get to know these men. They want to deal with these men. So that's how it is. You see the prison movies and all that, just aggressive. Just aggressive. That's that spirit of sodomites, like this aggression, secret aggression, and it come out. As soon as you say you don't like what they dealing with, well, you hate, that's hate speech. And why you not, man, we just saying we don't want no parts. We don't want no parts. I want my son to be a boy. I want him to be a man. I want my daughter to be a young lady. What's wrong with that? We just saying no. We just saying no. So we could say yes to that and no to drugs. No, that's the same thing. All of that's bad. Read.
Verse 6. Verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known man.
Look, my daughters ain't known no man. Why you want to deal with them? So that's how they knew how wicked this was, right? Where he was like, look, have my daughters, but this y'all doing? No, you don't want to do that right there. You trying to take something from me. You trying to take something. You trying to take something. Read.
Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing.
And he knew these was holy men. He knew these was men of the Most High. You touch men that's why brothers and sisters gotta buy all in with the Most High to get your hedge of protection. Because you get protected in ways that you ain't even thinking about. You on your way to something, you missed that accident. And not saying the Most High not dealing with you if you be a partaker. We just saying how the Most High works. He move you in directions. We can't even think of all the ways he protect us. We don't know what we just missed 5 minutes of arriving here. None of us. You don't know what you missed by him waking you up before the what do you call it, the juice campaign in 2020. What if you was still asleep and you didn't know no truth? What if you would have took that crap? So the Most High protects you in ways that's bigger than your understanding. So it's in your best interest to do these commandments. He ain't tripping. He go get somebody else. Finish reading.
For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now we will deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man.
Pressing the issue, man. We're gonna get you too. You got some fresh ones up in there. Just want to turn everything out. That's the spirit of it. They don't want to do secret meetings in secret locations. They coming out full-fledged. We want all y'all to partake in this. Why don't you want this? Parade here, parade there. We want it all. We want your children. We want it all. That's the mindset. And we're going to get into that mindset. Finish reading.
And they pressed sore upon the men, even Lot, and came near to break the door. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them.
Look how strong they are. That's how you know it's a spirit up in there. You know when you see the movies and the exorcist movies and them demons be strong, 100 pounds and just moving stuff. Finish reading.
And shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great.
So the angels had to intervene.
So that they wearied themselves to find the door. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law and thy sons and thy daughters? And whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord. And the Lord hath sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons and his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, up, get you out of this place.
Get up out of here.
For the Lord will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his son-in-law. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city.
So there's iniquity in that city. So what does iniquity do? What do you guys think? What do you family think that iniquity does to a city? What does iniquity bring? The more iniquity.
Sin.
It brings sin. What does it bring? It brings a judgment. The Most High looking to judge this earth. Oh, y'all want to keep playing parades? Oh, y'all in the Holy Land doing parades? Okay. Parades in every country? Oh, a whole month? Oh, the kids' books. Oh, the movies. Oh, Netflix. Oh, your own, okay, your own specials. Oh, you make a RuPaul, Israelite man? Okay, the head of it? Okay. Just keep on. Kids' shirts. Okay. Kids' shoes. Oh, my rainbow, my covenant with Noah. Calling it pride. So the stuff that they do, the Most High preparing. It say Egypt not even going to be talked about when that judgment hit Babylon. Right? And they just making it come faster. That's why they hiding, preparing their stuff. Submarines and here, there. You know, we get sent stuff all the time. It's like, man, we're not even trying to get wrapped up in what they doing. I'd rather just stay on this. They just move the story every other day. Did you see this? You see what they doing? Whatever they showing me is what they want me to believe and see. They not showing us what they not showing us what's really going on. UFOs and man, look. If you buying today's stuff, you just getting that sorcery on you. You don't believe more in what they giving you, more than what the Most High saying is coming.
Finish reading. Verse 16. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters. And the Lord, being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth, and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life. Look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed.
You better get up out of here.
And Lot said unto them, Oh, not so, my Lord. Behold now, thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me, and I die. Behold now, this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. And he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou become thither. Therefore the name of that city was called Zoar. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar.
What the Most High do?
Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven.
If we could show you the video was there, it's Sodom and Gomorrah. Make sure you look, you go, when you leave, family, you look that up. Fire and brimstone,
Verse 25. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the city, and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt.
Salty. You know, she looked back. You know, she was like, man, you really going, she kind of, there was something in that place. Look, if it's going crazy in America, and you know that the Most High is showing clear deliverance for Israelites in America, clear deliverance. Yep, it's time. It's gonna be clear as day when it's time for America. They gonna say, just like Pharaoh, go ahead, leave. When he told Moses, get them and leave. That's how it's gonna be. It ain't gonna be no, you think it's time yet? No, we gonna all know, oh, it's time. So people, this next year, oh, they coming. You gotta get together. Just prepare. Most High, you gonna know. Just like when the truth came and you knew this is the truth, oh, your spirit gonna be changed. You gonna know. It's not gonna be no, man, you sure? No, we gonna all know. Or you gonna get this. They know the book. They look. Everything politically is about this. They spiritual leaders in the Vatican and all that. They know everything is wrapped around this. That's the world that got that whole back and forth. Is it real? What's the look? If you still on that, man, watch out.
Yeah.
It's people that want it. Watch out. Go over there. Don't be calling about what we think is going on. Don't be calling us. We good. Go over there with them. Go listen to them. Take you, your pork, your fornication, take your feminism, take your effeminate manly stuff, take whatever you dealing with. Go over there. It's serious business. Let me get back on track. Finish. No, let's go to First Kings. You know, that's how we gotta be about it, because it's not gonna be no playing. And people playing, you know, we smile here and there, we laugh, we ain't just saying we just mean all day, we just saying, look, about the Most High business, ain't nobody playing. Go play with somebody else. Because you don't know nothing. You don't know no history. You don't know this book. You don't know nothing. You coming over here playing. Let's start at let's go 1 Kings 15, chapter, let's start at verse 7. No, verse 9. Let's start at verse 9.
It's the book of 1 Kings, chapter 15 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 20th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, reigned Asa over Judah.
Now this is after King Solomon. This after David, after Solomon.
And 41 years reigned he in Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
And his mother's name was Maacah, the daughter of Abishalom. And Asa did that which was right in the eyes of the Lord, as did David his father. And he took away the Sodomites out of the land.
He got them Sodomites up out of the land. He got the Sodomites way up out of the land. Look, got to get up out of here. He said, get them up out of here, right? Go ahead, have you see. He said, get the Sodomites up out of here. Read that part again.
And he took away the Sodomites out of the land.
So he did what was right in the sight of the Lord, right?
And removed all the idols that his fathers had made.
So he removed all the idols. So no idols, right? Wasn't no African heads. Wasn't no what they dealing with in the Catholic Church with the idols. There was no idols, right? There was no idols there. He said, get it up out of here,
Verse 13. And also Maacah, his mother, even her he removed from being queen.
So he had to get moms up out of there because she was with this. So don't you be dealing with this stuff back there, wherever you at. You in the room, folks sitting. No idols. He had to get his mom up out of there. Finish reading.
Because she had made an idol in a grove. And Asa destroyed her idol and burnt it by the brook Kidron.
Who else did this? Who else destroyed some idols of their parents' idols? Abraham. Right? No idols. So the Most High definitely is against all this stuff. Let's go to Romans chapter 1. Let's go to the book of Romans chapter 1 in verse 24. Yeah.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 24. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts.
So what does lust do? Lust, if you're dealing with lust, it's what? It's uncleanliness, right? When you fall short to that, you're not clean. That's why what does the Most High's laws and commandments do? It keep you clean. Finish reading.
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
So they're changing the truth of God into a lie these days, right? They changing it all up.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections. For even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Changing of kinds, just like in Wisdom of Solomon. Changing of kinds. They're doing what's not convenient. They're doing what's against the Most High.
And likewise, also, the men leaving the natural use of the woman.
They ain't dealing with no women no more. They doing what?
Burned in their lust one toward another.
One toward another, dealing with each other. The Most High is not with that. I'm not. Hey, I know my God ain't moving like that. I know he's strong. Because little old me, little old us, we know he's sitting on that throne of fire and he's strong. They talking about ain't no strong man left. Oh, that strong man, you got commandments to deal with him. You got to deal with commandments with him. They talking about ain't no strong man. Look, yeah, try bringing feminism in the kingdom. That's why we got, man, look. Most High not playing. It say there's not going to be any more feminism. Go to Isaiah chapter 32. Go to Isaiah chapter 32, verse 5. No more liberal movements. It's not going to be that.
Chapter 52.
Isaiah 32 and verse 5.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful.
Jump it over, verse 8.
Verse 8. But the liberal deviseth, but the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech.
Because there's some careless daughters of Zion out there, right? They're like, we ain't hearing that. We at ease. We don't need, we get this, we get that. Most High is like, oh, it's going to be time up for that.
Many days and years shall be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. The gathering shall not come.
Look, next verse.
Tremble, ye women that are at ease.
So they're going to tremble. So back on topic, but a lot of these things they've been giving us just more deception. Go back to Romans chapter 1. More deceptions in the ways that the mindset is working out here. Your mind being given to you. When our people just got to step back with some humility and say, you know what? What's going to happen to me when I die? What's going to happen to me if I don't make it tomorrow? What's going to happen? What's the future of my kids' hold? I've been living wrong. How I get it right? Is there any truth about God? I see him raising up these Israelites. Is there some truth to it? I don't really like the way those ones are being over there. Let me dig through. Maybe there's some truth to what they're saying. Or do you just stop at, well, where else I'm going to go? You know, they got a lot of people over there. That's the leaders. No, you got to stand firm. You got to stand firm on his word. Bring that out. Let's finish at Romans chapter 1.
Picking up at verse 27. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another. Men with men working that which is unseemly.
Out of pocket.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge.
So they don't like to what?
Retain God in their knowledge.
People not trying to retain God in their knowledge. They just want knowledge on the stocks. They want knowledge on the football, knowledge on the bets, knowledge on everything. They don't want no. How you don't want knowledge of the Most High? That's why we, us being followers of the Most High, you're not gonna have many friends there because a lot of people want to do what the world tell them. We trying to make sure we staying more on this than that.
That's right.
Every day. Man, you know what? I ain't read enough, man. I got bad. Dang, I'm in bad conversations. Oh man, I'm looking at the wrong stuff. I ain't focused. I gotta get back. I gotta get back to eating right. I gotta get back. Man, I ain't like the way I'm breaking my breakdowns when I'm trying to show somebody the truth. I can't be just calling them brothers and sisters every time. I gotta get my knowledge up. I ain't looking good. I gotta get back. This is the temple of the Most High. I gotta get back. I gotta stay on that. I can't be listening to their programming. Finish reading.
And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
These things that they into in the world, it's not convenient. It's not convenient. And that's going into everything. Right here, men working with men. No, all of that. All of these things. Go into it.
Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High.
They hate God.
Despiteful, proud,
Pride.
boasters, inventors of evil things,
Evil things, they inventions.
disobedient to parents,
They ain't listening to their parents.
without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection.
So it's not natural. It's not a natural affection. That's why they was talking about heterosexual. Right? No, being with the opposite sex. Being with the opposite. Man and woman supposed to be together. They're not doing what's natural no more. Without natural affection, this affection that they got is unnatural.
Implacable, unmerciful,
No mercy. Come out here loud. We don't care what you're dealing with. We want you.
who knowing the judgment of the Most High.
So deep down they know the judgment of the Most High. Deep down they know the judgment of the Most High. They playing with the Most High, right?
Who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
They got to fight against this, and they never show in these programming. They never show the people that overcame this stuff. They never show the people that regretted all the trans stuff. They never show the people that changed their life and said, I was living different. I had to pray. I got right. My spirit changed. They never, and there's so much people all over the internet that have changed. They just make you think, I was born this way. No, something happened. You was being led that way. Your Gentile mama was putting pink socks on you instead of blue. Telling you to play with Barbies instead of wrestlers. I don't know. Finish reading.
Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
They got pleasure in this stuff. They full-fledged in the flesh. And remember what? When you in the flesh, you can't please the Most High. You can't please the Most High. Go to Psalms 146 and verse 3. Obama said it was okay, and he's black. Yeah, it's okay. He's black. It's always been our people, not all Israel. That's why we family up in here, we don't care what you look like. As long as you dressed appropriately like the Most High say, you want to get this word true, we going to give it to you, because it's some of our people that's way more wicked. And they standing on that wickedness. They don't care. They want to stand on the wickedness. Bring that up.
The book of Psalms, chapter 146 and verse 3. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help.
So there's no help. These princes and leaders of the earth, there's no help within them. Listening to them, what Obama say, what your rappers say. Well, they said it's cool. You better be listening to this word. If we were just up here, just gave you one verse today and was just telling you feel-good speech, we'd be just like every other so-called church. But we got to give you thus saith the Lord.
That's right.
We got to give you thus saith the Lord. Revelation chapter 18. Hold that and get Ephesians 2 from the top.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 2 and verse 1. And you have he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of power of the air.
The prince of the air. What's that? Bring that out. Go get that in strong. What's that? According to the prince of the air. the prince of the air, because you, and this is what Paul is bringing out. Look, some of y'all was walking according to the devil. Some of us from music, that's just what you was into, how you was operating. Nah, that wasn't according to the Most High God. You didn't know. You didn't know. If you was born, people look at these other countries and say, man, I'm thankful that we're in America. We got more than them. Actually, we've been programmed. They cool with they sandals, they hut, and they good food, and they family. We think everything else is really what it's about. They like, I don't even know none of that. This stuff don't even matter. Bring that out.
This is the Strong's for air.
Uh-huh.
And it's 109 ayer. The air, the lower air we breathe.
Mm-hmm. Go to the next one. Yeah, that's it.
The air, particularly the lower and denser, as distinguished from the higher and rarer.
Mm-hmm.
The atmospheric region, it says, Ephesians 2:2 signifies the ruler of the powers, spirits in the air, the devil, the prince of the demons that, according to the Jewish opinion, fill the realm of the air.
The realm. These realm wars, this NASA, this CERN, this this UFOs, and this and that, the sightings. Oh, they know what's going on. But they see people in the world okay with just saying, oh, it's some aliens and UFOs. Why it's not angelic beings? No, because that makes the Bible real. No. That means the judgment is real. That means I got to change. I'm going to listen to them who have always raped, pillaged, and robbed the earth and gave us religion and given us bad education and giving us LGBT. That's how the world, they're just going to believe on these people. These 90-year-old Esau men that don't even know what's going on, program reading off a teleprompter. Yeah, we done believing in all that. No voting. We want to vote your whole kingdom out. We ain't voting for none of y'all. We don't want none of you. Just vote. You gotta vote, man. Brother, go to sleep. Go to 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 20. Two more scriptures. Second Ezra chapter 7, verse 20.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, and verse 20. For there be many that perish in this life.
So many perish in this life,
because they despise the law of God.
The law gonna keep you clean. It's gonna keep you straight. Read it again.
For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of God that is set before them.
This law is set before you. You ain't gotta go far to get it.
For God hath given straight commandment to such as came.
He told your butt what to do.
What they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
So we trying to avoid punishment. How do we avoid punishment? Obedience. It's clear. Hold on. How you gonna tell your children what to do and you ain't obeying who's over you? They'd be wondering, man, my kids don't listen. Man, that boy's hard-headed. Man, that girl hard-headed. She just out there. He just out there, ain't getting right. Well, look what you ain't giving the Most High. He told you, give it to him at a young age. And right now, okay, granted, some people just waking up, kids might be grown, but it's people that's now, the information is so strong, and they still denying it. So imagine not giving it to your children in 10 years from now, what they gonna go up against. When all they know, when their lives is starting at the program. At least you knew what life was before the social media. You knew when it was good. All they know is LG alphabets. If you don't teach them, right? The alphabet boys. Revelation chapter 18. All programming. Follow Joe. Follow Clinton, follow Obama, follow Bush, follow Reagan. Just follow them. They're going to just vote for the CEO of the corporation, the United States of America. The inauguration. Who's the new CEO? The new CEO of this company. It's deep. Let's start chapter 18, verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice.
He screamed it out. What did he scream?
Saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
That's what a cry. He wasn't crying, Babylon is falling. No, a cry is shouting. Oh, it's falling. He was yelling it out,
Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils.
Don't you go to the store and it's just devils. And we not just saying, a lot of people just love to say, brother got a spirit on him, sister got a spirit on him. You know when you in full-fledged, oh, it's demonic up out here. This demons up out here. We up out of here. Finish reading.
And the hold of every foul spirit.
Every foul spirit is here in Babylon.
And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Let's jump it around. Jump it down to verse 4.
Verse 4.
No, let's start at 3. Finish that up.
Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
So she got wrath. Everybody has drunk out the wrath of her fornication. All this fornication. Going on tour to the UK. Going to Africa now. They said, no, America's not enough. Let's go rise up some African stars. Let's put our programming of the music industry in Africa. Let's raise up, let's get the rest of them. Because they think they separate. Oh, I'm from Nigeria, I'm from Ghana. I'm from America. You all the same people. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Jamaican. I'm Haitian. I'm Filipino. You don't know your history. You don't know the boats. You don't know the colonization. You don't know the stripping and shaking and moving. You don't know nothing. They gave you your name you hold on to. I'm Boricua, I speak Spanish. You was given that. You was speaking Hebrew before Columbus and them came off them boats. Man, we think we ready to see this judgment. I don't even think our mind, they say our mind can't even think of the kingdom. The judgment, the hardest dude that think he the toughest dude we gonna be in that all of that power, like playing. Finish reading.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
All the kings of the earth, United Nations.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
IMF, World Bank, send the money. Get down and lay down, and then we don't have to go to war. All right, we're going to come get you. We're going to come get your country. We need that money there. We need Mark of the Beast. We need AI. We need the shots. We need the AI. We need the programming. We need the bodies. We need 5G. We need all of it. We need the robots.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
So, you better come up out of her, my people. Don't be partakers in her sins. What is sin, family? Come on, family. What's sin? Huh? Come. Finish reading.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works.
Oh, it's a double. That's why they be scared, right? Well, America's not Babylon. You're not reading the scriptures right. America's not Babylon. No, it can't be. No, it's a lot of bloodshed here. It's a lot of music industry. You slaughtered and hung a lot of people, your ancestors. You better get with the winning team, and hopefully you could make it, because it's coming down. Read.
In the cup which she hath filled to her double. how much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously.
You done lived deliciously for 400 years.
So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen,
Statue of Liberty.
and am no widow,
Uh-huh.
and shall see no sorrow.
Our people just be sitting here, man, I don't know, man. Russia, I don't think no one can mess with our military. Our military? Nah. No, Massa's military is the best on earth. Read.
Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day,
One day.
death, and mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Just like Sodom and Gomorrah.
For strong is the Most High power who judgeth her. And the
Go ahead.
and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment.
Just jump it over. Let's go to verse 20.
Verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and,
Violence gotta come.
and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of the harpers and musicians and of pipers,
All those musicians. Who got more musicians in America? Who got the greatest musicians in the earth? Your Whitney Houston, your Michael Jackson, your Prince. Your Travis Scotts, your Jay-Z, your Beyonce's. Oh, your Elton John. We don't even know none of his songs. How he make it that far? You dealing with him? I ain't dealing with him. Finish reading.
shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman, of whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee.
No more.
Bless
No more.
And the sound of the millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee.
Chapter 23.
And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived.
By thy pharmakeia, thy sorceries were all the nations deceived. So there's great sorcery here, right? We was in the Vatican. You feel the sorcery, but here you can't really see the sorcery being put on you, because they just turn the knob year by year like this. Every generation, they just turn the knob, and now it's more people that will go up against our lesson today and think that, no, what y'all teaching is hate speech. You gotta love everybody. No, we just saying, look, it's a judgment coming. If you believe in the Most High God of Israel, this is what He say is coming. This is the history. This is what He about. He's not playing no games. He's not coming with blue hair or blue eyes and good and curly hair. He's not coming to hug you. He's coming with wrath. He's not coming for you to understand you and what you've been through as a kid and just my upbringing. He's saying you better get it right or get gone. You got time to be talking about what you dealing with? You talking about 6,000 years of history, and he's supposed to just change everything for you because of your upbringing. What you didn't have. Man, my dad wasn't dead. My daddy, my mama. Nah, you got the word. It's time to get back. You in good shape. You can read. You understanding.
That's right.
You got brothers and sisters in this.
That's right.
You got everything you need. You got food. You got a place to go to. You got people you can call. Or do you just want to do what you want to do? So stop playing with the Most High. He know that the heart could be deceivably wicked. Like Jeremiah 17 said. You got people you can call. Who cares if they ain't care about you? You got people that care about you. You got people that want to see you win. That's what it got to be about, family. Read the next verse.
Verse 24. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth.
So much blood. And we know the saints are children of Israel. When you read, Psalms 50 and 5, right? So with that, family, that concludes the lesson. Thank the Most High. Any questions? No questions. Thank the Most High.
What was that Jeremiah you said just before?
Just now, it's like 17 and deceivably wicked. Either 17 and 5.
Is that when you were saying that you have somebody you could call?
Yeah, just now. Yeah, it was. He gonna get it. I think it's 17 and 5. Next page.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
17 and 9 says, the heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately wicked.
Who can know?
Who can know it?
I have a question. You said something about an angelic being?
Angelic beings. Oh, I was saying how they, call them UFOs and stuff like that. And saying they're aliens. They're calling it what it is, the angelic beings.
Oh, I thought you said being.
All right, family, let's pray out. Thank the Most High.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, Would God it were even, and at even thou shalt say, Would God it were morning, for the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord God of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord. And I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall afflict thee. And I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth.